Good afternoon, Jerry Bloom, 24 Fairfield Avenue, right up the road. I commend you all on finding a home for all that furniture that's been sitting back here. I see there's the Riverview Park Road is still unpaved and going on 2 years now since that was addressed. I see nothing in tonight's agenda that will expect that to be done anytime soon. I'm wondering, do you have the Ivy Brook petition that was submitted last month here to be signed? No. I inquired upstairs a couple days ago. Seemed to have disappeared. I want to address that. It's a nice piece of property, and I see here that Shelton wants to buy land from Connecticut. Don't know why. The 10.5 acres of Ivy Brook Park is rugged, it's beautiful, and it should be turned into an open space, in my opinion. And you can use the deep grants to acquire it. Right? Florida made the news again. They just passed SB 184. It's called the HALO law. Went into effect January 1st. It creates a 25-foot buffer zone around first responders to keep the YouTube frauditeurs at bay. They have a propensity for surrounding them like a pack of jackals and making life more difficult. Florida is being proactive. That's good. And the frauditeurs are freaking out over it. By the way, you can look them up on Wikipedia now. Frauditeurs are now listed on Wikipedia. That's how much they've grown. And I've been saying that for years. 11 days, the Shelton PD can unite with ICE. They can be inspecting job sites and markets, etc., and report to ICE suspicious people. I encourage them to do so. Okay. And as I mentioned last month, you all missed it, I assume, on frauditor troll. Enrique Anselmo, one of the frauditors, got into an altercation with a female UFC fighter at a post office. I encourage you to go watch it online because, as I said then, she did the most amazing thing I ever saw a woman do besides giving birth. And since then, it has received over 2 million views. It's worth watching. It's under 17 minutes long. And that's all. Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to address the board?
Pardon me?
I said, anyone else wishing to address the board? Hearing none, we'll close the public portion and move on to the regular agenda. I know we have some add-ons.
Yep. Move to add to the agenda item 6.1A, presentation and selection of the official flag of the state of Shelton. And as under section 8.6 of 2025 neglected cemetery account grant program for St. Paul Cemetery, Long Hill Cemetery, White Hill Cemetery.
So moved. Second. Motion is made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, minutes for approval.
Move to waive the reading and approve the following minutes. Board of Aldermen regular meeting of December 12th, 2024. So moved.
Second. Motion is made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, item 5.1, the Finance Committee, there are no items. Item 5.2, Public Health and Safety, there's no items. And no items for Street Committee. I have no report.
No report.
Item 6, legislative hold, we have item 6.1A is the presentation of the city flag. Who's doing that?
Hello, my name is Joe Ciccone, 16 Oak Hill Lane. Good evening, everyone. I'm here to present the new flag designs that the committee has decided upon that we think the public should vote on. So to begin, the flag committee has 4 designs that we would like to go out to the public. We spent countless hours together working with others for input, including the libraries, the Historical Society, and the high school civics classes to create designs that symbolize Shelton in its entirety. After receiving their input, we worked together to hone in on these ideas to create the 4 designs. I believe that you all have a packet with the designs in them, similar to this one. So I'll go through some of the designs, and then towards the end we also have like the prices, more of the financial aspects of it. So for the first flag, we have the 4 stars symbolizing the 4 wards of Shelton, the S for Shelton, as well as also the Housatonic River, because that's very important to our history. We have the blue and white colors to symbolize the Connecticut flag and relate to that. This is similar to what we had originally in the January public hearing, last January, and we changed it up a bit after some of the influence from the high school civics classes. We have then our next flag, for Shelton Flag 2. We have the city seal in the middle with 5 sunbeams coming off. The 5 sunbeams are the 5 historical names of Shelton. Originally, we were called Hootatuck, and then Coram, Ripton, Huntington, and then Shelton. We have the blue for the Housatonic River, and then we also have the green for the farms as well. And then we also have Shelton Flag 3, our 3rd design. This flag actually was inspired by one of the students that we have, one of the student submissions. We have the city seal in the middle with the 5 stars symbolizing the 5 historical names. And we have the 4 beams of blue for like the 4 rays to symbolize the 4 wards as well. And then also the blue and white to connect back to the Connecticut flag. And we also have the last one, Shelton Flag 4, which is similar to the first one, except now we have the orange and black for the colors that associate with the high school. And we believe that these 4 flags would be a good option for the public vote that we'll also go into towards the end, because we're gonna have a Google form set up for that, for a survey, to see what their opinions are. Also in the packet, we have a little diagram. So when we get the flag out and to the public buildings, this is just like an information thing for anybody that's putting up and adding the second flag to a flagpole. But now to the fun part, the prices and everything. Yeah. So we also have a list in this big table of the places that we believe the Shelton flag would go. These are the city-owned buildings, such as the community center, the schools, the firehouses, police departments, etc. We measured the size of the U.S. flag to make sure that whatever we decide is not going to be bigger than the U.S. So ours would always be smaller. And so we went to all those places, and we have the sizes there. We have the type of flagpole, whether it's a traditional or one of the newer ones when they like crank it up. The number of clips needed. So for the flag, they would have the 2 clips, one on top, one on bottom. And I believe the community center has it. That's why they don't need it they don't need it. And then the possible Shelton size flag. We believe having a 3-foot by 5-foot would be good because we'd have it throughout the city. It'd be uniform and it would look well on the flagpoles there. We also have the prices for them. So we had a total of 24 flags that would have to be for the exterior buildings for the flagpoles out there. And so 25 would be what we would order for like the minimum needed. And we have the prices from 4 different places to get quotes for that. We also have the quotes for 50 flags as well if we want to get any more than that, just in case at all. as well as the prices for the clips of the flags. So when we like put them up and everything, so we have those as well. I believe if we do the 25 flags, and between that and the clips, depending on who you go with, I believe it's like under 2,000. And then if it's for the 50 flags, it would be a lot more than that, depending on whatever company we would go with. We also have I think the flag survey. You all have the sheet kind of like this one. So we have a flag survey that Dan Bednarski and we're working together on, and it's going to be a Google form that would be sent out to the Shelton residents. So we have a big introduction talking about what the committee has been doing, going through designs, and that this survey would be a recommendation to the Board of Aldermen. So then we would see what the public has to say and what they're leaning towards. So then, and then you guys would make the final decision about which flag to go with. So we would have them submit their email, and then they would say, should we have a Shelton flag, yes or no? And depending on what they pick, it'll go to a certain page. So if it's no, it would go to the first page here that says just submit to finish. But if it says yes, you would go to another one that then has the 4 options with all the symbolism behind them. And then they would select one of these, and then they would go on and then press submit once they're finished. And anyway, any questions so far? I'm sorry if I was going fast.
On the regular internet or on our website or where we?
So this would be on a Google Forms website. So we would try to get the link onto the city website. So then people would go there, they press that, and then be directed to the survey.
I also spoke to Dan Bednarski yesterday about this, that if the Aldermen approve the survey, we have to vote to approve the survey. Then he can get this right on the city website with the link that would take it to this. And then people can start voting, and we would give them 30 calendar days. And then they would compile all of the data, get it back to us, and then the board would make the decision. So this looks pretty simple, the survey. I tried it out yesterday. It looks very well done.
We would like, the flag committee would like to have the flags decided upon and in physical like hand for an unveiling at Shelton Day. So we would think that would be very nice to have it.
Okay. I'm glad to see that there was some sincere community effort put into this.
Yeah, it really was.
You know, and I know it took some pride. You know, we had met a couple of times in my office, and I was kind of pointing you in different directions, just because I think that's what we should be doing, instead of just a handful of people making the call on something like this. So I kind of like what I see. There's 2 that really stick out, in my opinion. I like the idea of the survey. I'm just sitting here thinking about the surveys. You know, we could have sent out the notice in the tax bills with it, but I think the tax bills have gone out already. But it's not too late for the June tax bills, or July tax bills, I should say. You know, that will go to every household in the city. Call attention to it. You know, I don't think we need to rush into it. I think the time frame for Shelton Day is good. You know, it gives us 9 months, 10 months, right? October, first Sunday in October. So, you know, I think that there's a lot of positives that you have on the table there for us. Anthony?
Yeah, my question is, would the survey only allow you to use your email one time? So somebody's not gaming the system, as they say, you know?
So if there are multiple emails, I'll be able to see that afterwards, and then we can go through and like we would take out everything but the first vote that they made. We can't tell. That was the biggest problem when we had originally.
At least if you can't game it, the same one person putting in 20 in the right.
Yeah, but you can if you have multiple accounts.
Yeah.
I have 5 different email addresses.
You get the votes.
You get 5 votes.
Would people from, so that's the other thing. How do you have the persons from Shelton that's voting?
That was our original difficulty, and that's why we were hesitant for doing this. This was the closest way that we could get it to make it that each person gets only one vote, but there's no way to be for certain for it.
I think it's just a recommendation to whatever it's not.
It's a recommendation, it's
Final,
not
right.
final.
I don't think we too many deviants out there trying to throw our flag trajectory up.
You never know these days. Okay, any other comments? I think we gotta put a little thought into how we disperse it publicly. And again, I'm just sitting here thinking out loud, maybe we send a postcard out through bulk mail. Something like that. It's it's a way to touch the public. It's relatively inexpensive. Send it to 14,000 households.
Would the board have to vote to approve the survey? Or we can just say, we agree that the survey is an idea too, in addition to the postcard thought? And then when would we get this wording started, for lack of a better word?
Yeah, I think that it's important for the Board of Aldermen to weigh in on stuff like this, because then now it becomes official. It's an official communication to the residents. Fran, am I off base?
You're correct.
So when could we start the survey?
Whenever you as a board decide that you want to start this.
We vote on it tonight, they can start in a couple of weeks, I would think.
If we're gonna send out a postcard or with those
Yeah,
tax bills or
it
something.
should be
like that,
done.
the survey would
Well,
have
wait
to
a
happen.
minute. What is the next finance committee meeting?
Probably. A week.
Is that you?
Yeah. a week.
So put it on your agenda, for the finance committee, and just invite everybody to come or to participate. And give everybody a couple of days to think about, kind of brainstorm about how to do this. I just threw a few ideas out that just came quickly to mind.
I want to thank Joe for all he did. He really put up with us. I was very nice to you, but I know Eric and somebody else was kind of tough. We were all tough on you. Joe, you hung in there. Thank you.
Well, thank you all.
Okay, so we won't take any action. Let's send it to finance committee. And then if there's a special meeting in order at the end of the month. Okay, there are no items from financial business old. Item number 8, financial business new. Item 8.1 is January statutory refunds.
Move that the report of the tax collector relative to the refunded taxes for a total amount of $9,196.88 be approved, and that the finance director be directed to make payments in accordance with certified list received from the tax collector with funds to come from the statutory refunds account. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.2 is the rescission of action for the repair of the vacuum system at Shelton High School, passed at the 8/8/24 Board of Aldermen meeting.
Move per the request of the Board of Education Maintenance Department to rescind the action taken at the August 8, 2024 Board of Aldermen regular meeting regarding item 8.3, repair of vacuum system for Shelton High School Science Department. So moved.
Second. Motion is made and seconded. Any discussion?
In the back is an explanation of what happened.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.3 is the funding for the municipal reevaluation services.
Move to appropriate an amount of $25,875 for revaluation services performed by Municipal Valuation Services LLC. The funding to come from contingency general account. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Discussion. So this is another item. First of all, I would encourage approval of this tonight. But this is an item for the finance committee. Because there are other payments that have to be made between now and June 30th that we're not budgeted for. So in the interim, I will have to discuss with Paul Hiller where the funding and what we think the estimated amount of expenditure is gonna be between now and June 30th. And then the balance of this service will go into next fiscal year, will be incorporated into next year's budget. Okay?
So I just have a question. So do we have an agreement with this company?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, we went out to bid and the board approved it back in the fall. And they've gotten started. All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.4 is the school bus stop arm program agreement and enforcement via ordinance.
I guess the only thing we can do here tonight is make this a for your information. That we have to develop an ordinance and present it to the board for public hearing. It has to go to public hearing. And we have, in the packet, you have the ordinance from City of Bridgeport, but it doesn't pertain to us. We can't do too much, piggyback that, but I'm sure Kelly will work with us and we'll come up with something and come back to you with a later meeting.
Well, who's gonna do this? I mean, I would assume that some of this stuff would pertain to us. Some of the stuff should be boilerplate.
Definitely.
Well, you could-
incorporate.
You could use those documents as guides, but those
Right.
documents are specific to Bridgeport all the way around.
They have a different situation. What they have done is they have contracted with an outside firm. And the outside firm is collecting all the money.
That's what you're gonna do here too.
Yeah, that's not the issue.
It is, this is for cars that pass buses that are stopping with their red lights.
Right.
When the arm is down.
So what's the situation? I mean, my aunt got nailed in Derby once for doing this, you know?
Yeah, so there's this company supplies the cameras and everything with regard to people violating the stop arm violation. That then gets, that picture, those are reviewed by someone that would be designated in that part. I can't speak to with us, but either a municipal worker. And then to see if it's a violation, and then the violation would be, a ticket would be generated to go in the mail.
I know Bridgeport's had some 5,000 in the first part of the year. Yeah. But are we having that many problems?
So I spoke to Frank Scalvo
Yeah.
today. And it's pretty substantial according to him, but I don't know.
It's 1,000 to 1,200 a month, he estimates.
But that's not substantiated, so let's not throw numbers out there that we can't back up with facts. But you know what, it's a problem.
It's happening.
You know, I mean, so many people do it everywhere, not just here in Shelton and Bridgeport, it's done everywhere. This is a pretty good mousetrap. So that's what we should focus on.
Yeah,
Would it pay for itself?
we need to give this a little more thought and a little more, before we come back and start discussions. And that's what I'm suggesting. that we
Yeah,
do.
I don't know how much discussions there are to be had. It's just getting a legal document in place that allows you to enforce.
If we're going to pass an ordinance, if we're gonna make this an ordinance, you gotta have a public hearing on it. You're gonna have discussion.
Okay.
Now, there's a lot of things, I think that, rather than discuss them here tonight, just let you know that we're gonna do something along those lines. Anybody want to work with Kelly on this? Kelly?
Yeah, I'm not sure that it's gonna be Kelly. Kelly's got enough things going on, so let's not start assigning duties to Kelly.
Okay, anybody want to participate with me and whoever the mayor?
Myself,
Okay.
I'm willing to as well.
Okay, all right,
Fran, can you interject, because isn't this a little, there's something more beyond this? Isn't it this, that the court system doesn't want to deal with this or?
Well, the background of it is Anthony started alluding to his aunt, and she probably went to Superior Court as a result of it. And it used to be a pretty onerous fine. I believe it was $400 and there was no way around it, which caused, very candidly, some negotiation, and it wasn't beneficial in any respect. The General Assembly changed the law, and the General Assembly now allows municipalities to enforce under programs like this company is explaining through its paperwork. The mechanism is that there is an officer that certifies the, I actually think they took that out. But there's a certification of the photograph. Somebody is sent a fine pretty much the same way you get sent a fine if you get pulled over for speeding. If they send the payment in, it's over. If they want a hearing, the city has to have a mechanism with a citation officer, very similar to a blight citation officer, to entertain whatever information the person who is contesting it wants to bring into the city. And then the citation officer makes a decision. If the person who's been charged wants to take it further, they would have to appeal it to Superior.
The camera takes the picture of the violation.
Yes,
It has to be seen by an officer.
I think that part of the statute has been
Okay,
changed.
so who gets the picture?
Well, look, this is all gonna be laid out for you. This is part of what the ordinance is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Provide the direction.
All right,
So,
not tonight.
Yeah, that's right. The whole point, we.
Study it over, work it over good.
Read the whole thing.
Yeah.
okay, so there's no
No
action.
action.
Item 8.5 is the purchase of land from the state of Connecticut.
Move for a favorable 824 referral from planning and zoning to authorize the purchase of state land break in the non-accessed highway line of State Route 714, Richwood Avenue, and Constitution Boulevard, identified on the attached map entitled Town of Shelton, map showing land released to the city of Shelton by the state of Connecticut Department of Transportation at State Route 714, Richwood Avenue, and Constitution Boulevard. Scale 1 inch, dated 2023, and revised December 4th, 2023, and May 8th, 2024. Prepared by Scott A. Hill, PE, in an amount of $876,000, with funding to come from Aldermen bonding pursuant to section 7.16 of the city charter. Further, authorize Mayor Mark Egley to execute any and all documents to effectuate same.
Second.
Motion is made second. Discussion.
I see this as a roughly a half acre of land. And I think it's inconsistent with the state's prior generosity on this project to the city of Shelton. To put another way, I think it's a little bit excessive,
The price.
but they got us over a barrel. We need it.
You're a lot kinder than I was.
This is the property to break through for the Constitution Boulevard.
It's insane. It's their system. It's in statute. They got 2 appraisals. It's a half acre of rock. About 25 to 30 feet high. Will never be used by the state for anything other than the city use. So when she says, well, this is gonna create a lot of value, I said to her that I said, I'm the one creating the value, not you. All the value is behind the rock. And besides, if I really had to go around the rock, I could do that. It's not optimum. So rather than argue with them, and a year from now, we would probably lose it. It's like the affordable housing law, we lose those things. We just take it and keep moving.
I hope, I hope,
1/3 of our money.
I hope the governor, I hope the governor, in fact, he gives us more money for the project.
I'm working on it. So, with that said, all those in favor?
Aye.
Sorry, may I add one point? Just for the record, the Planning and Zoning Commission did unanimously favorably refer it to the commission, to the Board of Aldermen.
It says that.
I'm sorry, I thought it was subject to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Okay, item 8.6 is
You gotta do this in 3 motions.
financial business. What is it? This is an application for a grant.
Right.
Where's Marty Kaufman when you need him?
This is going to be, 3 motions, because that's the way the state wants you to apply individually. So the first one, 8.6A, move to approve the following resolution. Be it resolved that Mayor Mark A. Loretti be and is hereby is authorized to apply for and accept on behalf of the city of Shelton the 2025 Connecticut Neglected Cemetery Account Grant in the amount of $5,000 for the maintenance and upkeep of the St. Paul Cemetery, which may include the following eligible activities. 1, clearing of weeds, briars, and brushes. 2, mowing of the grounds lawn areas. 3, repairing of the grounds fences or walls. And 4, straightening, repair, and restoration of memorial stones. So moved.
Yeah.
Oh, pardon me. Further resolved, Mayor Mark A. Loretti is hereby authorized to enter into and execute any and all agreements, contracts, and documents necessary to obtain said 2025 Connecticut Neglected Cemetery Account Grant with the state of Connecticut. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries. B,
8B, move to approve the following resolution. Be it resolved that Mayor Loretti be and hereby is authorized to apply for and accept on behalf of the city of Shelton's 2025 Connecticut Neglected Cemetery Account grant in the amount of $5,000 for the maintenance and upkeep of the Long Hill Cemetery, which may include the following eligible activities. 1, clearing of weeds, briars, and brushes. 2, mowing of the grounds lawn areas. 3, repairing of the ground fences or wall. And 4, straightening, repair, and restoration of memorial stones. Further resolved, Mayor Mark A. Loretti is hereby authorized to enter into and execute any and all agreements, contracts, and documents necessary to obtain said 2025 Connecticut Neglected Cemetery Account Grant with the state of Connecticut. So moved.
Second.
motion is made and seconded. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Item number C.
Move to approve the following resolution. Be it resolved that Mayor Mark A. Loretti be and hereby is authorized to apply for and accept on behalf of the city of Shelton a 2025 Connecticut Neglected Cemetery Account grant in the amount of $5,000 for the maintenance and upkeep of the White Hill Cemetery, which may include the following eligible activities. 1, clearing of weeds, briars, and brushes. 2, mowing of the ground lawn area. 3, repairing of the ground fences or walls. And 4, straightening, repair, and restoration of memorial stones. Further resolved, Mayor Mark A. Loretti is hereby authorized to enter into and execute any and all agreements, contracts, and documents necessary to obtain said 2005 Connecticut Neglected Cemetery Account grant with the state of Connecticut. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Carries.
Can I ask a question, Your Honor? This money is gonna come to the city to pay our staff, or I know that in the White Hills, there's a gentleman who does mow the lawn up there from time to time. Would he get paid or just for our staff?
I don't think we know the answer to that yet, so, let's randomly figure out how we spend it.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, takes us to item number 9, legislative, there are no items. Item 10 is executive session. And at this time, I want to entertain a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
And that's that corporation counsel and assistant corporation counsel. Be part of it.
Second.
All those in